Welcome back to Titan. So last time we made really good progress starting the electrical substation and confirmed that the atmosphere processing was also working successfully. So we are still in power deficit, although not as bad. This is actually looking in pretty good state. It is nicely charged, but we know we're still in power deficit because these do not charge, and they should be. And also we're running off coal to stay where we are. So we're going to see if we can take some further steps to solve that. I need to make some more steel and some more electrum as well this episode, so we are going to get cracking on that. That is the plan. Let's see how we get on. Right, so first things first. That's got 44 of that stack in there still, so that's good news. I don't know obviously what's left in here. I can see it hasn't filled up enough to have any coal that far back, but there could be 1-2 more stacks in there potentially, so there is some. You can hear it just constantly flicking as well. Let's go and get started in here and see how we get on. Right, oops, door. Let's get this so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so first things first, let's investigate whether or not we have got enough 50 stack of gold. I'm pretty sure I've seen a 50 stack of silver in here. Lovely. Right, okay. So that's going to be enough to make some electrum. Let's just grab them and stick them somewhere. Okay, you can turn off now. Let's turn that back on just so I can see what I'm doing right now. The next problem is, do we have any coal? Have we used it all for fuel? I feel we might have done, but we might have a bit. Oh, there we are. How much is there? Only 29. Okay, so unless there's another stack, which I don't think there is, we've got plenty of iron, but we are coal constrained for making any more steel. I also haven't seen any copper on our travels through the contents of this either, so no, I don't think so. I think we're going back. Oh no, that's it. Right, okay, we're going back around in circles. Okay, so right, we'll smelt that because actually that is useful. So what I'm thinking is we've got 10 copper left. I'm thinking if we can build one more turbine onto that array, but we will need steel and electrum to do that. Now, I think we've probably got enough steel if I scrape it up from all the others. There's 7 in there. There's 14 in there. Don't think there's any in here, but let's just check. Oh, there's 45 in there. Okay, well, actually, let's do that then. Let's just eject that. So electrum is the only thing that is stopping me. Power obviously went off. Electrum is the only thing that is stopping me from making one more turbine, and if I can get one more turbine, I am looking at the wrong printer. I am an idiot. If I can get one more turbine, then that will go quite a long way towards closing the remaining deficit. The only thing is, it's not going to leave me with enough copper to actually wire this up, but hopefully there'll be more copper by the time I've done this. So let's go make some electrum. It's a shame we've got no coal, because it would be nice to just make a huge batch of various alloys all in one go while we've got a hot furnace, but there we go. Right, so we've got, I'll take that 35 and I'll take that. We don't need too much pressure for electrum at least. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so just check that's off if we do anything, and it's empty. Lovely. Right, let's get in there, and we'll have one more of you, and we'll have one of you. That'll be enough to get it heated up anyway. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's I can hear something emptying. What happened to the gold? Where did the gold go? Okay, I picked up the wrong thing, didn't I? Well, that's clever. The gold must be lurking somewhere around inside the workshop. I did not check. I just picked it up too quickly and hit G and stuck it straight in, and it was iron. Gold, where are you? I had it. I ejected it from the... Oh, it's not that one. That's a 20. It's the damn gold. Okay, well... There it is. Well, that's a 45 stack. That's okay. That'll work. Because I'll grab that. There we are. Now it's a 50 stack. I don't know where the rest of it went. It's probably one of the machines, but let's not muck about while the furnace cools down again. Let's just get in here. Is that still hot enough to melt it? Yes, it is. Very good. Get in there. Right, and then we'll need a bit more heat and a bit more pressure, but not huge amounts. Very nice. Okay, so let's oops, 2, 3. Alright, L2, that'll be fine. You can go in there. Oh, okay. Look at that, straight away. Too easy. Right, there we are, 100 electrum. That'll keep us going for a while, won't it? Right, and then I'm going to dump that while it's still really hot. I'm going to dump that out into the gas annex, because we know we can use that. I probably should have checked it, done a clean burn really, but it's too late now. It's all gone, isn't it? Might as well just let it go. What I didn't really want was any unburnt nitrous in there, because that's going to tend to liquefy. But as I say, it's too late. I should have thought about that before I did it, but I didn't, so there we go. Actually, it's volatiles is what's not burnt in there, so that's all fine. Slightly tempted to throw some more in, just to give it a little bit more. There's not much in there, but I reckon 1 unit of nitrice. So, oh, I already had that open. Go on, get in there. Burn that off. You go in there. Let's see what that's done. Hopefully that'll burn off the nitrous. Oh, I needed another volatiles. I'm just trying to get some more CO2 really, because I can see from the numbers that the greenhouse is going to need it really quite soon. So that's the most useful thing to me really, is to there we go, burn that off. There we are. Some nitrogen and some CO2 is exactly what that greenhouse wants. And in fact, I think I'm going to get away with one more. Then I should probably stop, because otherwise I'm just going to be messing about with this forever. But, oops, no, not that. Wrong button. I mean, there's still tons of volatiles in there, but it's all useful stuff. Let that burn down to 0 and then evacuate it out. Come on. Nearly there. This goes so slowly at the end. Come on, last bit, you can do it. You can do it, I believe in you. Yeah, that's close enough. The time that's actually sucked it all out anyway. Right, let's empty that. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. So we'll empty the last out of here.
Power low.
Yeah, I know. Power low again. Right, okay, good. Well, in the meantime, I suppose I may as well turn the gas annex back on while that's finishing emptying. At some point I can get rid of these walls now. We don't have stuff floating around out here. Let's get that done. Turn it all back on through here. That will start processing. Generates a little bit of extra power as well, which is always good. Probably should have smelted that iron while it was going through. Always something else I should have thought of doing. Right, Right, okay, that's good. So what have we got in there? 472 degrees, that's tasty. Surprisingly, it's not burning in there. Okay, well, that's fine. You can turn on. There we go. It's generating a pitifully small amount of power, but it's doing something. And it's coming through here. And we'll capture that in here. That's what's that coming through? 56 degrees. That's actually not coming through too hot, is it? That's good. I shouldn't need too much to cool it back down then. Lovely. Right. Okay. Yeah, there's only a couple of 100 moles in there. That'll be fine. All right. Well, we'll leave that running. It's good for it to do a bit of work. Whoops. It's now down at 0. So we'll turn that off. Right, at least now I've got the electrum I need for quite a lot of wind turbines, honestly, and some IC chips and various other things. So that's good. And that was quite easy. Which means everything else will probably go horribly wrong. Whoops. Just get in there. Right, so I definitely want one wind turbine, and I definitely want one IC10 for putting into, what have we not got enough of? Gold. I need one of those for putting into the oxygen filtration unit. Come on, just smelt me one, that's all I need. That's it, nice. There we go. Now hopefully while that's been doing its thing there, we might have some more copper, because I certainly heard something cycling. So let's have a look through here. See if we can find it. There we go. Very good, 29. That will keep us going. That'll be enough to build the cabling we need. If I've got any over, I might build some more of the upright turbines, because I reckon I can install 6 more upright turbines with 0 additional cabling. So that's actually a really efficient way. I mean, these big ones are great, but they do need additional cabling for each one. We also need 5 sheets. So let's just dial this in. Decrease 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Off you go. We're going to need some regular cable, but we've got the copper coming through here to do that. Right, so I need 5 of those and 5 regular ones. So let's do that. Oh, we're missing the gold. Damn. Should have done the regular ones first, but I didn't. Never mind. Right, we'll grab that. We can program that up in a bit. Actually, go straight in there and save an inventory slot. And I should have the... Yep, there we go. And as soon as I've got enough gold smelted, 3, that's enough. That can go in there, and that should do its thing. So we get 5 of these, 5 regular cable, and I'll go and add 1 more turbine. In the meantime, I can hear stuff landing in here as well. So hopefully I might be able to make some more steel in a minute, because I think that might be my next bottleneck. 5 regular, spray those yellow, drop that, grab that. There we go, very nice. Okay, let's power this lot down. Leave that gold smelting. Okay, right, let's go. So I reckon I can fit one more. The question is, did I put another frame there or not? Actually not sure. No, I did not. That's annoying. Okay, right, so I need to make another frame as well. In the meantime, whoops, let's one. No, come on. Don't be silly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, okay, that's a good start. Right, I need one frame and one more sheet then, don't I? Let's flick that on. Come over here, you get in there and get smelted because I'm going to need you in a minute. You can go down in there. Oops, that's a terrible throw. Trying to save myself a little bit of walking and it was just a total failure. Frame, steel frame, one of those. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go. Forgot to turn the machines off, never mind. Right, so this goes down here. Wait, what? There's already a frame there. Okay, maybe I just needed to weld it then. Maybe it was that simple. In which case that was extra dumb. Right, yeah, that was exactly the problem. Okay, power critical. Can I build this before? Might be able to. There we go, and the screwdriver. Lovely, look at that. I get in here and try and hopefully. We got any charge in anything? Oh no, we actually have no charge in anything at all. I'm actually going to have to go inside. Yeah, I really am. Damn. I mean, I'll have a fully charged blue battery in there, but that's still annoying. Right, okay, well that's a start. Okay, while that's cycling, in the interests of multitasking, no, come on, open. Let's, oh. Yeah, you can cancel that pressurized, thank you very much. That can go in there. Okay. Now what worries me is if I just try and go out like that, this is going to run out part way through. Right. Yeah, that's used 9%. Turn that off to save some power. It's still going to leach from the cold, but there we go. Right, okay, so let's get around here. Let's sort out the oxygen filtration. That's the next thing. So while that decompresses, we'll have a little go in here. This is fairly straightforward stuff. Actually, I might as well save myself some typing and just grab the code out of the other chip, actually. It'd be really nice if there was like a chip duplicator. That would be cool. Right, you can go in there, you can go in there. You, whoops, can be turned on, and you can import the code from there, and then you can go back in there, and then you can go in there, and then we'll edit the code. Right, okay, there we go, good. And I'm going to pause it for a minute while I do that. Right, so we don't need all of these. We will keep the code because there are going to be filters for nitrous and for pollutant. But for now, let's oxygen. Right, so anything relating to R2, R3, we'll just comment out. And anything relating to those filters, and then that gives us the same basic code, and that's all good for oxygen. Yeah, that's fine, we'll do that, and then when I need it, actually, let me save myself a little job, because I could actually just change that there to say pollutant. And I will also need to be able to extract move the mouse pointer, nitrous oxide. I think that's correct. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's fine. So when we need it, those other filters, the code's basically written and ready to go. So we'll export that there. Grab this chip here and we'll put it into there. Turn that on, turn this laptop off and put it away, and hopefully what we should see is that that is currently idle because there is insufficient quantities of oxygen, and also that pipe is too hot. I need to deal with that pollutant though. I'm going to have to build the infrastructure for a further. So I need another atmospherics, a tank, and a bunch more pipe. What have we got there? 9. And I need cable. Yeah, I have to do that because otherwise we're just, unless I dump it, and I don't really want to dump it, otherwise that waste pipe is just going to overpressure. And once that happens, we're going to stop filtering any gas at all. So let's see if we can untangle the last bits we need in atmospherics. Now we've got the power slightly more stable. So what we are going to need is at least we're going to need 3 more frames. I don't even know if we've got enough steel to do this actually. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have enough. Almost anything else. 20 copper, that's really quite a lot, isn't it? There's 6, I mean it's a start, but right, I need to be able to make some steel here. How much have we got in that stack? 44. Oh, seriously? God, we don't need much more. Yeah, okay. There is some copper though. I'll take that. Oh, it's 30. That's actually quite a lot of copper. Okay, so we've probably got enough copper for what we need, just about, because I need cabling as well, of course. We need steel sheets. Which need to be double welded, so we're going to need 6 of them. In fact, I'm just going to run that until it's empty, because that will be 6. I've got 1 frame there spare actually, never mind, too late now. And I'm going to need walls, that's going to need more steel. So let's put that in there. Let's go, we need walls, so we need 3 for the roof, 3 for the end, so that is 6, and then 7, 8 for the sides. I realise that we can retrieve 3 once we've done this, which is fine, but I need to build this in a way that doesn't lose containment, so unfortunately we're going to have to build them and then have some spares, but that's how it is. Definitely going to need cable. There's a reasonable amount of copper in there, isn't there? How much cable do I need? I'm going to need Let's assume I'm going to need about 20 cable. Get that in there, get that going. You go in there, you go in there. I need a tiny bit of gold and I need some iron. Amazingly, I don't have any iron lurking around. Alright, well, it's not that we're short of iron, that's easy. Actually, I just realised I've got some in my inventory, I didn't even need to do that. Gold. How much gold did we have? Is it still 44? Yes, it is. Right, okay. Come on, I saw some gold in here earlier. There it is. Nice. Vend. Thank you. Right, go in there. I only need one of them. Right, we'll grab that. Yeah, no, hydration critical, lovely. Right, I need plastic sheets. I need 2 per wall, so I'm going to need 16 of them. Oh, I needed more gold than I realised. I thought I only needed 1 for some reason. That was dumb. Right, okay, you go there, you go there, you go there, you go in there. Right, everything's very busy. That can turn off. That can turn off. Right, whilst we're waiting, that can become a pollutant filter. Because that we have enough materials for. I'm going to need a tank as well, aren't I? Have I got enough for that? Oh yeah, I have, as long as I grab the rest of the steel. Probably a little bit from somewhere else. Maybe, oh no, we're good, we're good. Okay, right, and then an atmospherics. Okay, so we get the gold and use that in there. Amazing. Right, okay, so that should be enough. I probably haven't got enough pipes either, to be honest. I definitely haven't got enough inventory space either, have I? So let's start by putting that in there, that in there. What else can I tidy up? That can go in there, because we don't actually need those data disks anymore. Any chance of that going? No, of course not. No, right, okay. Actually, no, I'm going to need the labeler. Right. Fine. That can go in there. That can go. Actually, that can just sneakily be snuck in there for a minute. Amazing. And then I probably just need a bit of pipe. Don't know how much pipe. Some pipe. So I had 9. Maybe I'll just make another 10. That should, we probably don't need anything like as many as that, but it's a decent start. And I also need a brown spray paint, which I'm not going to be able to carry, but at least I may as well print it. Oh, look, it's on brown. It's like it new. Okay, right. I'm sure I've forgotten to pick something up. Yes, I have. I forgot to pick up the walls, so I actually don't have enough hands for all this stuff. Damn. Right, okay, well, that's the best I'm going to be able to do, isn't it? Unless I put some stuff down, which I could do, because I actually don't need that right now. So let's do that. Let's put that away. Let's grab that. Can I put one thing down that I don't need for a bit? I don't need the laptop, actually, for a minute. That can go in there, which means I can grab that, which means I can also grab that. There we are. Amazing. And a little bit of football in there, and you turn on, and you turn off, and you turn off, and oh, it's gone quiet. Right, okay, let's go. I thought for some reason I saw some ore in the corner there, but... Right, okay. This was the wrong way to do this because I actually need to build the outside bit first. Let's drop some of the things I don't need yet. That can go there, that can go there, that can go there. So I've got enough hands for what I need to do. Right, let's go, go, go. Up and over. Arguably this whole building is bigger than it needs to be, but you know, there's definitely some wasted space in there. Grab that. Right, now come on, I'm drifting all over the place, so that's not a good start when I haven't even started welding yet, is it? Ah, I thought I could do it fast enough not to go flying. And that one, there we go. There we go, in there. Right, that's it. So let's build these walls. We want that to be there, thank you. And these to go along here. Along here. And now here's the tricky bit. Which way around do these need to go? Like that, I guess, or like that. I'm not sure I can tell the difference. Or is it actually? It's like that, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, okay. Okay, good. And last one, come on. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Let's get down in there. There we are. Right, okay, now we'll go inside. Pick all those bits up off the floor. Right, now we will of course have introduced some quite high pressure atmosphere, which is extremely cold inside here, which we will do as soon as I take that end wall out, which is going to obviously mess with the nice thermal equilibrium we've got in here, but that's just an unfortunate thing. Oh, look at that. Oof, that really has brought the temperature down quite severely, hasn't it? Okay, well, hopefully it won't take too long to stabilise. Right, angle grinder, let's take those out. Oh, there's no battery in there, of course not. This battery's dead, that battery's dead. Alright, well, we'll have to take the one out of the tablet, won't we? Do that. Let's get those up here, just get them out of the way for now. Right. Actually, let's switch that back. Be smart, and just smart do that. Right, there we go. So we're going to put this tank here. Yes. No. Very close, but too far back. I hate it when that happens. It's so difficult to tell whether is it one too high or low, or is it the right height but too far away. Okay, that's better. Right, let's where's the drill gone? Right, that's that. Okay, right. So the atmospherics unit needs to go in here. Actually, do you know what? Let's turn the light on so I can see what I'm doing, and I may as well connect up some pipes. Literally at this point, all I want to do with this is just dump it somewhere Yeah, that's correct. And there, because at some point we will want to do something with nitrous. And where's the rest of the pipes? There was some more. There we are. Lovely. Go there. Those can go in there. And then those can go in there. Then this can go across and into, oops. Across there. T-junction, T-junction, T-junction. Right, that's good. That's fully expandable. And sneak the filter in there. So that's that one. And we're going to label this. Except we're not because there's no power. Filtration X so that I know how to connect it up for the other one, and we'll switch that back and we'll stow that. And where's the screwdriver? There it is. Where's the oxygen? It's in here. So if I change, this is actually really tricky. Can I actually even see that screw? Oh, I may not be able to. I may actually have to dismantle this thing in front before I can see the screw I need. Oh, there we are. So we want filtration X on there. Okay, excellent. You can go away there. I left the laptop. Of course I did. Never mind. Right, we'll fix that in a bit. Right, so short term. What's the temperature in there? It's actually really cold. Alright, well let's at least get the pollutant out. Of course everything's really cold because this room's now really cold. Okay, I need to do a burn reasonably urgently before this place ends up in a complete mess, but let's try and do that. Need some more khaki paint, don't I, as well? Okay, that's good. That's brought that right down. That's fine. Let's turn that off. Hopefully it's not liquefying in there. It's pretty low pressure. Once it's in a big tank like that, that's good. What that's done is brought the pressure of this line right down, which should really help with the rest of the filtration. Good. Now I think I'm probably out of hot gas in there. Yes, I am. And that's obviously the most efficient way. So what I did with the radiators, actually I do know what I did with the radiators, they're back in the workshop, so that's no good, but we will... Nearly forgot to shut the door. Okay, so at least we're now generating a bit more power and we're dealing with the pollutant, which was clogging up the gas lines, so that's all good stuff. I appreciate I do need to go and drink reasonably urgently, but before we do, I'm going to try and generate some hot gas. Get that in there.
Hunger caution.
I'm going to generate quite a lot of hot gas. If I can, I'll have enough heat in here to smelt some steel. But either way, I just want some heat driving through. Right, how's this looking? Let that burn the nitrous out. Actually, that's going to take... I reckon that could take another 5 in there. So we'll let that do its thing. Right, now I mustn't forget and leave that. I need the laptop for sure. Over the So like those radiators. And whilst I'm at it, let's see if we've actually got enough coal in here now to do a steel smelt while we've got a hot furnace. Right, is that a 50? That's a 9. Why is that a 9? There must be another stack in here then, because we had 40 something in here before. Nice, there's a 50. Okay, great, I'll take that. So if we can grab a 50 iron and another 50 iron and another 50 iron. Oh, I like it when it actually works. Okay, good. Let's go while that is still hot. I do need to be conscious I'm going to have to go and drink shortly. My health's down to 55, which is not really ideal, but let's get that in there. How hot is that? Oh, it might even be hot enough to do a smelt straight off. Should be nice. Go in there. Go in. Oh God, just go in. Right, okay. See how we do. There we are, hot enough. Nice, okay, that's another 200 steel, so that will be enough to significantly make inroads into the substation build. So I think we'll suck out this hot gas while we can.
Power critical.
Great, just what I didn't need. Okay, there's a bit of unburnt nitrous, but not much. Right, let's go. I need to get this sorted through here so that I can harvest some of the heat from that to reheat it in here before I have to run inside and eat and drink, which is becoming pretty imminent. Let's close those. I don't do that by accident. Come on. Right, so it's minus 20 in here, so I reckon if I wash some of these on here, as I did the last time. There we go, look at that. I don't even think I'm going to need all of them. 11, 12, there we go. I mean, of course it's going to need to go a bit hotter because those tanks will be really cold now, but yeah, it's still minus. Okay, I might need the rest of them, actually. Come on. What are you doing? Just go there. Right, there we are. Okay, so the question is, where's this going to settle? Let's assume this is about the middle of the room. It's definitely heating up nicely, but those tanks are cold as hell, so actually that one's only 7, that's minus 14. That's at minus 2. Can't see that far down, but that will be even colder. Okay. That gives me a rough idea of where the room's kind of buffering at, though. See, anything I can do to avoid using that heater is helpful. Probably could automate this with a little loop to do it, but right, this is now not really getting much better, is it? This is shed heat faster than yeah, anything else. Alright, so now we need to just remove these before we end up freezing what's in the pipes. That's a decent start. Let's put a fair few degrees on this room. I'm actually going to leave these in here because that's quite a useful little hack if I need it. Right, that's brought it up to 17 from whatever it was minus some big number. So that's good. Oh, I've got some khaki paint left there. I realise I probably shouldn't be doing this when I'm in danger of imminent death, but just be nice to just have that bit done and finished. There we go. And then I've just probably about got enough time to do this without dying. Battery's flat. Maybe I do not. No, come on, I can do this. Change that battery for that battery. Actually, what I should really do is change those batteries for each other, because 6% of a large battery is definitely enough on there. Let's get that in there. Right, now, edit that code. Alright, we'll pause that for a minute because things are a little bit drastic. Right, all I need to do is uncomment that, uncomment that, uncomment that, and uncomment that, and then we've got full automation over the pollutant because I'd already done all the work to write the code. Export that to the chip, turn that off, get the chip, put it in there. Happy days. Let's turn that on. That is doing some filtration. That tablet is not going to work because it has no power. Let's switch that back to there. Let's turn that on. Right, there we go. That's filtering that out. So that's now starting to bring that down to a much more sensible pressure, which should make the greenhouse backflow work better. The next thing to do in here is to add a gas mixer between the nitrogen line and the CO2, because we've got really quite a lot of nitrogen now, and we can use that to effectively push the oxygen out of the greenhouse. But the much more urgent thing to do is get inside and have a drink. So I shall go and do that. Whoops. Please be working. Please be working. %. Come on. Come on. Don't have time for this to go wrong. There we go. Amazing. I made it. Right. Yeah, so we've only got 1% CO2 in here. Let's dump this. That should help. Yeah, what I need to do is get to a stage where that line there, that's only got 102 pascals in it now, and so it's that, so that's good. So this should now actually be functioning, which it wasn't previously, because this line had backed up too much. We still haven't got enough gas in here, I haven't got enough CO2 coming in, and that's the point, right? So this is 30% oxygen. If I could push that out and backfill with a nitrogen-based mix, that would be helpful in that it would give us the pressure without a chunk of it being oxygen, and then I could reuse that oxygen elsewhere. Right, I'm going to quickly charge that battery while I eat. We'll shut that. So it charges nice and quick in there. Right. What else needs charging? So that can go into there because I don't need it in the laptop. That will switch there for now. Let's close that. It would be nice to charge some of these other things, wouldn't it, really? I mean, they won't hold it, but at least it's good start. And then we can probably try and charge that a little bit. That would be really nice. So let's just do that. There we go. Come on, that's be good enough. We won't, as I say, won't hold it anyway. So, right, this is obviously going to take a lot longer to charge, but at least that means I've got a couple of charged batteries in my pockets. Right, maybe we can even get that wireless battery plan working shortly. That would be really nice. Be in a state where I've actually got enough power to operate. Why don't I take that out of then? Oh, no. Wait, what? Oh, it's... No, I don't know what I've done. Oh well, never mind. Something somewhere's got no charged battery in it. Oh, someone's got no battery in it at all. Never mind, I'll watch that on the replay and figure out which device it needs for next time. Right, clean that filter, because we might as well while we're in here. And refill the oxygen for the same reason.
Critical.
There we go, keep me going for a little while. 50% charge in that battery, 99% in the suit. That one's got some charge. It's looking dangerously like I'm avoiding imminent death. That will never last. Right, okay. Let's get that in there. Charge everything while I'm here. I'm not going to charge everything fully, but I might as well put a bit of charge in everything. It's slightly less frustrating. Big enough. Right, okay, that's good. So, that's actually pretty decent progress so far, this episode. I'll leave that one charging. Probably getting near to time, probably out of time really, but I'm going to see whether with all this steel I can just lay down the frame now of the substation, because I think if I can do that, that will make it a little bit easier in future episodes. I've got quite a lot of steel. And if I can, I'm going to see if I can build 6 more upright wind turbines to go on the roof, which I can run whilst I'm busy doing other things. Copper 50, it's just an absolute miracle. Okay, you can smell that then. Right, let's that should be enough to build 6 more. Once it's all smelted. I wouldn't be building these at all if it wasn't for the fact that we have actually got all of the cabling infrastructure in place, so it seems a bit mad not to. Gonna need more iron in there, but so I've got space for 14 on the roof, but there are 6 which literally can just be dropped into place. So whilst they're not a very efficient use of iron, it's better to do something with it than nothing. Not iron, sorry, copper. And I think 6 of them plus what I've done with the wind turbine should get us really close to break even on the overall power generation versus consumption. We might not quite be over, but we should be pretty close. Right, so in the meantime, I don't really know how many frames I need to finish that substation. I'm going to guess that for now, let's make 20 more. Right, we've run out of iron and copper. Let's chuck that in there. I don't think it's a particularly wise plan to add additional full-size turbines. I think if I do that and then we have a storm surge, that will blow the grid. So we're not going to do that. Right. Can't actually smelt this fast enough, can we? Okay. 8 frames. How many have we got in there? Only 1. Right. There's enough in there to make a couple more anyway. That's a good start. There we go. I'll take that. I will chuck that back in there. Right, okay, well in the meantime I could also make up a gas mixer. Oops. So we have actually got enough materials to do that. Actually, I'm just thinking if I got enough for 2, I could actually make a fuel mix. I could do that. Let's do that. That would be good. We won't build that this time, I shouldn't think, but at least we've got them ready to go. So let's get them in my backpack. Come on, how many upright turbines have we got? We're getting close. Right, let's see if we can just finish this. I think for this episode I'm just going to focus on getting those last 6 turbines in place. Because I think anything else, I'm going to end up getting involved in a very ambitious build project, which you know I'm prone to doing, especially when I get to the point of going, and that's about all we've got time for, and then I start something else. But I'm going to try and actually not do that for a change, but I just want to try and do what I can to close that power deficit. That would be so nice. Oh, no, we haven't got enough power to do that while we're printing other stuff, have we? Okay, well that's 4. We've run out of gold. Right, you can go off. You can go off. No, you can go off. I missed, didn't I? I'm probably going to wait for this to finish now. How's that coming along? Oh, it's only at 14. Come on. Come on. No, it's not having it. No, okay, alright, fine. Well, let's get these on. Oh, if I can get off the ground. What's going on here? There we go. Alright. Oh, actually, that's not quite true, is it? Because I thought I could just drop these in, and I can't. I've forgotten. God, I need to put every cable in still. Yeah, okay, well that was dumb. Okay, so we haven't quite got enough here. Oops, too far. Okay, so I need a bit more heavy cable. I certainly need 1, 2, 3 there to get those working, and I need some on the other side. That was silly. I don't know why I thought I had enough. I thought I'd wired in enough for 6 more. Or have I already done the 6? Is that why? That's the most likely explanation that I've got ahead of myself. We've got now is that this printer is waiting to try to print things that are never going to come. Right, okay, let's just chuck that out of there. We have to put some gold in and then it will work again. It's got a print job effectively in its stack already. Is that the end of it? Oh no, got a bit more. Right, this is the last one. Okay, let's get these up there then. Oops, and there we go, down there, down there, down there. Come on, there we go. Right, okay, so that's 2 more connected, that's the start. Probably should have put that one. Right, let's get that there. Ah! Right, there we go. And yeah, what I should have done was to put that like that, because that's as much as I've got space for, and then put the other turbine there. Right, okay. Alright, so that is actually nearly all of this roof now covered and connected. Let's go and have a very quick look and see how the power's looking. And then we are going to end for this time. And we actually are going to end for this time, I'm not just saying it. Oops, put the wrong thing in my hand. It's all going wrong. Right, It's out here, shut that. In here. Right, let's have a look at this cable. Hang on. Right, let's look at this cable. So that is consuming 329 on there, and 640 on there. We're generating, okay, so we're generating times more than the consumption. Consumption is sitting at 4 kilowatts. I don't know what's using quite. Oh, it's because I've got pumps running, haven't I? I need to turn those off. Okay, well that's good. We are actually at points now generating more than we're consuming, which we have not been in that state for a while. This is part of the problem. I need to... That uses so much power when it's running, and it's so easy to forget and turn it off. I just need to probably again automate that. Right. That's actually... Oh, that's the generation line, isn't it? That's why. I was going to say that's even worse. Right, so we're now consuming just under 4, and we're actually generating 5.3. So we are generating more than we're consuming, which is a definite first for a while. There's not much coal left in the stack that's in that generator, but it is backed up to here. So I think we've probably bought enough time at least now to crack on with the rest of the build in the next episode. However, for now, I'm not going to get sidetracked. That I know is very unusual, but I'm actually going to go inside and I am going to just replenish my food and water and charge my soup battery, and then I am going to call it a day. So let's switch that for that. Crack the suit, drink the water. Oops. Oh my god, it's all going wrong. Right, and come in here, and let's find a nice potato. That one looks tasty. Let's pull it up. Microwave it to death and eat it. Right, we may as well dump the rest of the CO2 from there. Still helpful. And I think now we're at a stage where the fundamental thing we need to do is to, there we go, is to just probably generate more CO2, to be honest, which is fine. I can do that by burning stuff. I didn't put the thing back in. Let's flick that and just check. Right, there we go. 3% CO2, so that's fine. But yeah, if I could suck out that 80 moles of oxygen, push it out with 80 moles of nitrogen to displace it, that would be lovely. Good, right, okay, that I think is a very sensible place to stop for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it, and some forward progress. It was a little bit more bitty than the last one because I had a number of different tasks to complete, but we've made more alloys which we needed, laid in one extra wind turbine, and made significant progress on the last bits and pieces that need to be done in the atmosphere processor. I think we're in a state where we can reasonably add the mix of valves we need next time without causing complete devastation to our power supplies, so that's a good start. Let's just do that, and then that. There we go. That looks much happier, doesn't it? Right, good. All right, well, that is all we have got time for. It is day 70 on Titan, so I hope to see you next time, and we will continue with the atmosphere processing and get that finished, and get really stuck into the substation, I hope, because by then we should have quite a bit more ore coming through. So that's the plan. I don't imagine that's what we'll actually end up doing, but it's, you know, good to know I have a plan. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Bye for now.